I did a study. Teachers actually make a lot.
Can you explain your sign, Common Sense Gun Laws?
Well, there are about 5 things. I haven't really rehearsed this, but I think that we should ban assault weapons. I don't think they have any place on the streets. I think that we should do universal background checks. I think that people should be 21 to be able to buy a gun in the first place. I think the government should be doing all sorts of research so that we have statistics on when you own a gun, you're more likely to get shot, most likely.
What's an assault weapon? Or assault? What'd you say? Assault weapon?
You know, I probably don't know the exact semantics of it, but I believe that any gun that can shoot a big, huge round of bullets has no place. That's not for hunting.
Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm just trying to understand what you mean.
What are they called?
I don't know.
Yeah. Assault weapons are the ones that have a whole bunch of rounds, correct?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of rounds?
What do you call it?
Oh my God. Whatever it was, the A19 or what.
The A19?
I blanked on what it was, but yeah, I'm against any kind of guns. So
you're against all guns?
You're talking to the wrong person, yeah.
Oh no, I'm just trying to get everybody's opinion. There's no wrong or right person.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
Yeah. So you want to get rid of all guns?
I'd like to get rid of guns that are in the public, yeah.
So do you want to abolish the Second Amendment, or?
I think that the Second Amendment was done back in a time where it was a different time. Today I think the Second Amendment needs to be rewritten.
How would you, it's interesting. So how would you rewrite it if you got to?
I don't know yet. I haven't really thought about it, but I think some thought needs to be given to that.
We need to change the culture?
Yeah, to think about it. It's like back in the old days, everybody drove drunk. Now, friends don't let friends drive drunk. Well,
absolutely not.
If you have a depressed friend, you better make sure that they don't have access to a gun, or they might kill themselves. It's the same thing.
Problem is
Wait, you think if someone has access to a gun, they might kill themselves?
If they're depressed, they just had a divorce, or something, they lost their job.
But wouldn't they just, if they were going to kill themselves, couldn't they just do it another way without the gun?
Yes, but statistically, shooting yourself is the largest way that people kill themselves.
Who are you with?
Oh, we're just here by ourselves. We're just shooting a video, trying to get people's opinions.
So I think that's it.
All right, cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. You have a good protest.
Okay, you too. Are you for guns?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the NRA.
You're in the NRA? Oh my God. And so how does the NRA feel about all of this?
Well, I like the NRA because they protect the Second Amendment right, and if you actually look at the statistics, the more guns you have, the less violent killings you have.
That is so wrong. Look
How is it wrong?
In Europe, there was, if you listen to NPR, if you watch different programs, there are countries around the world who have far fewer guns than we ever do, and they have far fewer crimes than we do.
What do you think about the fact that every single place in the entire world who has enacted stricter gun control laws, like gun regulation, gun-free zones, they experienced a spike in the amount of violent crimes?
Who?
Every country in the world.
Where? Tell me.
Literally point to any country, city, or county in the entire world.
No.
And
Ireland?
Yes, Ireland.
Scotland? I just watched an interview.
In Ireland, they enacted gun control laws, and then the violent crime rate, like murders, stabbings, because there's 5 times more stabbings.
I don't know where you get your information, because I watched a program
Statistics
on that, and it was the exact opposite. So I guess it depends on if you're watching Fox News or if you're watching CNN. Basically.
Well, I watch them both. But I'm not getting it from Fox or CNN.
I was amazed at Fox News.
Do you know what the Crime Research Prevention Center is?
I've heard of it, but I've never.
Do you do Pew Research?
Pardon me?
Pew Research?
No, I've never really paid attention to it. But I'm 65 years old, and I have never seen so much violence in my whole life.
I know, because we have more gun control now. So if you have a gun, the logic behind it is that the more guns you have, you're allowed to protect yourself. So that's why 98%...
Well, where do all these people get their guns and shoot them?
Illegally.
Okay, well, then maybe we have too many guns on the street. We don't need that many. Tell the NRA to
well, no.
make a difference.
Well, actually, the correlation is the more guns we have, the less... Well, That was okay. How's it going?
Funny thing.
What was that? Oh yeah. It's what are these called? Windshields or windbreakers? Yeah. You mind if I talk to you, do an interview?
What do you do with that thing?
With the fuzzy thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's when you have a microphone, you go out and interview people, and then the wind kind of gets. So you wear the fuzzy thing, and then it makes it. Yeah. Yo, is it cool if I do an interview with you and just ask you some questions? Or?
Who are you with?
We're just making a video where we're just asking people their opinions about why they're here, trying to make a compilation, see what they want done today, and is that cool? Or cool. All right, so I guess we'll talk to him. What's your name, by the way?
Don.
Don. Nice to meet you, Don. My name's Aidan. So what are you doing here today, Don?
I believe we have to amend the amendment.
Amend the amendment?
Amend the Second Amendment.
You mean like you want to keep the Second Amendment?
I'm okay to keep it if it's amended.
So you're saying the Second Amendment was never amended?
I'm saying the Second Amendment needs amending. It needs to be modernized.
Gotcha.
For the reality of our times.
Okay, that's interesting. I just can you explain? I don't really understand. Can you get more specific about what you mean?
Sure. You have the right to bear a musket.
And guns.
A musket.
Why just a musket?
That's what the Founding Fathers intended. They didn't know from machine guns. They didn't know from AK whatever.
But the machine gun existed 7 years before the Second Amendment was written.
So here's the deal. Weapons of war don't belong on our streets. End of story. They don't belong in our schools.
But what about the thing you said about the Second Amendment and the Fathers?
You're interviewing me.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. We got the technology to make that fancy machine gun not be able to activate in certain safe zones. Why don't we employ it? Such as a school, such as a public space.
So wait, I don't understand what you're saying.
We got Silicon Valley right over there. Frankly, we got it right here. And the technology exists to embed a chip in these fancy weapons. They can't activate. They can't be shot in a schoolyard. Why don't we?
You want to enact a chip inside of guns so that they don't work?
Absolutely.
Well, what's the point of having a gun if it doesn't work?
You won't miss your gun as much as you'll miss your future child, Aidan. That's my point. You will miss your future child a lot more than your gun.
Yeah, but I just don't understand what you're
Obviously,
saying.
I get where you're coming from.
I don't understand where you're coming from. It's kind of I don't understand.
I'm coming from. We have a frickin' mess in this country. Last year, Germany had 4 gun deaths. We had 33,000. 33,000. Ghana had 2. What are we doing? We're slaughtering our children. It's ridiculous.
What do you think we should do to make it so there's less deaths? 'Cause I think we both agree that we don't want more people to die. We want less people, right? We can agree on that.
I already told you the chip idea. This will be a
chip idea.
Look, the whole concept.
Let's get back to that. Can you explain it? Can you explain it?
I have to get going. So let's go through my list. It's simple. Multivariate approach. You will not solve this with a singular approach. So let's start with a national assault weapons ban. Let's go into buybacks thereof. Let's make it a serious felony to carry a magazine more than 2 bullets. Wait, you want to make it so we can't carry magazines with more than 2 bullets? Absolutely. Let's put on our brain. We're slaughtering 33,000 people a year. Why? You tell me why. I gotta go.
All right. Well, that was less productive than more productive. But
That was interesting.